welcome back to Savvy Looks, where I like to take outdated or damaged secondhand furniture and give it a whole new life. This week I'm working on this cute set of matching nightstands that I got in a set of 4 with 2 other dressers. This is really part 1 of a 3-part series of me updating this entire set. These are some of my favorite pieces I've ever gotten because of the overall shape and how cool the base is. The nightstands were in okay condition. The finish was failing on the top, and there was some lifting veneer along with just general scratches and imperfections. I went ahead and removed all of the hardware and cleaned everything very well using a degreasing cleaner, and then rinsed everything back with clean water. Next, I made all of my repairs, including wood filling and this lifting piece of veneer on the corner. I forgot to film this part, but I used my electric brad nail gun and shot some brad nails into the top edge so that it held the veneer in place. Then I took wood filler and used it around all of the seams to cover those up. I initially wanted to leave the base completely natural wood as opposed to doing a fake wood look, which I ended up doing. So I used Easy Off oven cleaner to try to remove the finish. If you didn't know, oven cleaner can be used as a wood stripper. But in this situation, the wood underneath ended up being sort of a mix of real wood and kind of a laminate. I wasn't really sure what was going on, so I forgot about the idea till later on. Then I started sanding. I wanted to scuff sand the entire piece, and I sanded most of the top down to the original finish because the finish was failing, so I didn't want it to flake anymore. I used Zinzer bin shellac based primer to prime both of the nightstands except for their bases. My plan for these nightstands was to give them a kind of designer grass cloth fake linen look. I wanted it to sort of look like it was covered in fabric by creating a lot of texture later on. My first step was to paint everything white using the color Linen White by Rust-Oleum chalked paint, and I used a zebra paintbrush. Next, I had to create the color that I wanted the majority of the linen nightstands to be. I just did this by combining a bunch of different chalk paints to create kind of a beigey gray color. The full list of paint colors will be in the description down below. I should let you know that I've only done this technique one other time, which I have a full video about if you're interested in watching. But I am still very much learning how to do this technique from other amazing furniture creators online. So this project was still pretty challenging for me, but from my research I found that it's important to include a glazing medium into your paint, so I did about 2/3 paint to 1/3 glazing medium. And this helps keep the paint wet for longer so that you have more time to work with it. This is the challenging part. From what I found, the best way to go about this was put the paint on as quickly as possible. If you have a larger surface, then you might need to work in sections. And then I used a metal wire brush and carefully run it across the surface, both vertically and horizontally, still working pretty quickly to get the texture you're looking for. And then I even found it was helpful to use the plastic end of the brush to create thicker lines and then go back over those so that they blend in a little bit more, but it has a little bit more of the visible texture and the white underneath peeking through. I very lightly sanded to knock back some of the raised paint and unwanted texture. After wiping that back, I was ready to seal everything really well with Varathane matte top coat and a zebra fan brush. I did a total of 3 to 4 coats to get maximum protection, and I made sure to use matte top coat as opposed to gloss or satin because that's more typical of what you're going to find with fabric. It's not very shiny. I had gotten a little bit of paint and primer onto the edges, so I just used some Howard's Feed and Wax over the area, and then that makes it easier to sand all of that off. I wanted this to look really finished with no extra paint. And then I went ahead and just used Feed and Wax over all of the drawers and drawer slides to freshen everything up and make it look and smell really nice. Then I was ready to address the base. I still wanted it to look like wood, but as you can see, this wood was not looking consistent at all, and I knew even if I sanded it all back, it just wouldn't look right. So I taped it all off and then painted everything using the color Burlap by Dixie Belle and a zebra round brush so that I could begin my process of making it look like wood. After that was fully dry, I used gel stain that I would typically use on wood and used it to cover up all of the paint and wiped it back. This really just made it look like it was stained wood, which is of course what I was going for. And once everything was completely dry, I sealed it with my same matte Varathane top coat. As much as I would have loved to have kept the original knobs, they were missing one knob, so I replaced them all with these simple gold Amazon knobs. I am thinking I might want to change them for something that looks a little more higher end. You'll have to let me know in the comments, but let's take one more look at where these nightstands started. And here they are now. I just posted these nightstands on Facebook Marketplace for sale yesterday, and within less than a day, I've already had almost 60 people reach out wanting to buy these, which is kind of crazy. I've never had that many people reach out in such a short period of time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and come follow me on Instagram at savvy.looks to see some more furniture flipping content. Thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year!
Thank you. You're making this really easy for me, aren't you? Yes. Oh, yes. Hi. Are you going to sniff it? No, we don't eat it. No. No, let's not eat it. It's a knob. It's not for puppy consumption. It's not going to be good for you. I know. You can sniff it, but we're not eating. But we're licking, I guess. You want to lick it? It's pretty gross. It's a little gross. Help me put it on. No, as soon as I mention any kind of helping, other than sniffing, we're not interested. Okay.